Wizards of the Coast and Magic the Gathering is at it again. We are back with our first look series where I take my first look at a product or drop with each and every one of you. And this one, well, frankly, it's a bit overdue. I am taking my first look at the SpongeBob Secret Lair collaboration. And what we have here is apparently every single card that will be in the lair. And as always, we are going to approach this view, this first look, this reaction as a player, a collector, and a Magic fan all around. As you can see, I'm just someone in my basement that frankly loves Magic the Gathering. So if you like content like this and you enjoy the video, click the like button, hit that sub as we race to 12K, because for a small channel like mine, it helps more than you can possibly imagine. All right, I've caught a few glimpses of images on social media, but I have avoided as many spoilers as I can, and it is time to dive in. Now, as always, this channel is driven by the supporters. It's $5 a month. You get access to exclusive content, early releases, and discounts on box openings when I do them. Click the link down below to get more information. But without further ado, it's time. And I have pulled up here an article from Star City Games. And I think it's safe to say this is about as official gets without being from Wizards of the Coast. So I want to dig into this, and I want to talk about this layer as, like we said, from the, perception of a player, the perception of a collector, and the value of the cards inside. All of that to come, but without further ado, let's get into it. And here we have the first Secret Lair drop. I believe this article is going to be segmented in drops because it says 18 cards here, and then this looks like the name of a drop. Secret Lair, SpongeBob SquarePants, Legends of Bikini Bottoms, and here we have right away SpongeBob is Joda. Okay, all right. So we got our first SpongeBob card, and they've used what I would consider to be pretty sweet art. I don't know. Let me know in the comment section below if you think there's a better piece of art that you should use here. But just the expose with the rainbow, it seems perfect. Joda, though, maybe a weird decision, kind of feels like. I don't know. I've played against one Joda deck ever. Big shout out to the guys at Min-Max Games. You guys know who you are. And I've recently gotten to the Commander scene, a lot of Magic Chicago, and it's extremely oppressive. It's insane. Like, it was very hard to play against and navigate, and to have that be SpongeBob is that feels a little crazy. But Patrick right next door feels far more on brand. Patrick's star is just a blank 6/5 for 7. And that kind of makes sense. Now, the Rakdos color scheme, I don't know if I'm down with the Rakdos color scheme, but I love the fact that we're just a beefy starfish. That's just what we do. And the flavor text, I don't get it. This is iconic. This so far so good. I don't know if I love the Rakdos. And again, I'm saying all this in the realm of like, this has to exist. We've talked about Universes Beyond. I'm not the biggest fan of Universes Beyond. This is not something I would pursue if I got to lead Wizards of the Coast, but we're going to talk about it as it is because it does exist. So I think this video is not well served if I just spent the whole time complaining about it's so dumb that SpongeBob's going to be in Magic. Like, you like it or you don't. This is the world we live in. I'd rather talk about the actual release than just do that for the next 7-8 minutes or whatever it is. So moving on, we have Squidward Sarcastic Snob, good Squidward art, and then we have okay, all right. So it's the scholar. It says whenever a creature you control becomes blocked, you may reveal to his hand. I mean, it's fine. SpongeBob is really good, and Squidward seems fine. I don't want to get too far into the weeds. So far so good. Plankton, Tiny Tyrant is Skrelv. Okay, alright. Plankton as Skrelv is pretty cool. I like Plankton as Skrelv. Gary the Snail as Toxrill the Corrosive. I like this because Gary is always more than meets the eye. And we do have Sandy Cheeks. Oh, Toski. Sandy is Toski. Okay. And Mr. Krabs, Penny Pincher. The name is perfect. But I don't know. Why does... I mean, I guess Mr. Krabs owns land, but why does he not make treasures? All in all, the first drop, I like the art, I like the theme. We're going to talk about the value here in a second. Let's kind of get through the spoilers. This is what looks to be the second drop internet sensation. Okay, so is this like SpongeBob memes? Is this SpongeBob memes on Magic cards? I think this is SpongeBob memes on Magic cards. Force of Despair I don't know if you could pick a more perfect piece of art. Force Despair is a good card too. Like, it's not super expensive, but it's a really cool card. I'm playing 4 of these counterspells. I'm playing 4 of these counterspells for sure. I mean, there's some powerful cards in here. You got Daze coming back. Perfect art for Daze. I love the art for Daze here. I wish there was more flavor text. There's not a lot of there's flavor text. Well, where's our flavor text? Give us flavor text. Quotes from the show. Something going on here. Inevitable betrayal. The meme and Knight's Whisper. All in all, I love this second drop. This second drop is cool. Again, just from a theme perspective, just from overview, quick first reaction, I like the second drop. And then the lands, the jellyfish fields for the plains. Island is Bikini Bottom. Yeah, the mountain is. The lands are cool. The lands are cool. Where's SpongeBob's house? Like SpongeBob's house, Squidward's house, Patrick's house. Patrick's house could have just as easily been the mountain. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm not opposed. I don't love it. I don't love the lands. All right, all in all, this is a pretty sweet release, but I will say that this is going to cause problems. I'm going to come back to these in just a second. I think this is going to be extremely popular. I think this is going to go crazy, and they've seemed to have done a good enough job. Just my first thoughts. You know, I saw that there was a counterspell. I saw that SpongeBob was a multicolored creature online. I can't believe Daze is in there. Sorry, I'm still looking at it. I need to just focus on what I'm doing here. I think they made good enough cards, and while the value dollar for dollar is not going to be there, and that's not going to be the secret sauce for Secret Lair. You're never going to buy a Secret Lair because dollar for dollar you're getting your amount of money in cards. This is about special treatments. This is about small sub themes. I think this is where things like the sub theme that we talked about in a video last week, where the sub theme of race cars and the sub theme of detective hats and cowboys, I think it's better off in a Secret Lair than it is in a full-blown Magic the Gathering set. Now, that being said, the universes beyond Secret Lairs always do extremely well. I love the fact that there's nothing functionally unique about this lair. The idea that this lair is reprints only, it is for SpongeBob fans or fans of these treatments or these arts or whatever it might be. I love that. I am very much against functionally unique Secret Lairs, and I love that they haven't done that here. That being said, this is going to cause some chaos, right? And you could convince me that the lands are, I don't know if they're going to be as popular. I don't know if the lands are going to be as popular, but you could convince me that both the internet sensation, the SpongeBob meme lair, which I cannot believe they made a Secret Lair of memes. You could go into your Giphy tool on your phone right now, and you could post every single one of those to your friends today. I think it's a bit insane. You could tell me a world where the first 2 sell out a lot, and when the first 2 sell out a lot, it's going to create that chaotic environment where people are waiting in line, they're not getting their cards, they're on the secondary market for double, triple, quadruple the price on release day, and things of that nature that do create kind of a feel bad. And while Secret Lairs that involve Universes Beyond are almost always extremely popular, it's not the best use of Universes Beyond, in my opinion, because if you're going to use Universes Beyond, I'd love it to be a gateway, a front door, an entry point into Magic the Gathering, and it being on this Secret Lair website that, if you're not involved with Magic the Gathering, you probably don't know about. Unless you're like a super hardcore SpongeBob fan, you're just not aware this is a thing. You know, I think this is going to create some insane chaos. The idea of, as a fan, like, if you want to get in on this, I'm going to try to get in on it. It's going to be one of those things that I desperately want. I want to get some of these. I think it's funny, especially the meme ones. I would love to put them in a little piece of art panorama on the wall somewhere because, well, frankly, it makes me giggle. And most of the stuff in this office at this point, if you don't know, is just around here to make me smile because I like it. That being said, if you're a value hunter, if you're someone there, you could tell me a world where this is printed so heavily because they see the demand coming, right? It doesn't behoove Wizards of the Coast to short print something and leave a ton of demand on the table. They want to create demand, create hype, create excitement, but they want to sell as many as humanly possible. So I can imagine this will be printed in large quantities. I can also imagine it's going to be extremely hard to get. I'm sure the Secret Lair site will crap out. I'm sure that things will go nuts, but all in all, I think this is going to be a massive success sales-wide. We're going to track the value of this thing on the secondary market post-release, I expect the value to go up, but there is a tinfoil hat theory. If you stuck around the video this long, you get the tinfoil hat theory, because some of these things are hard to say in the microphone, so I don't want to say them super early, because man, this one seems a bit off the wall. You could tell me a world where they overprint this secret layer. You could tell me a world where they say, hey, we have seen what has happened. We have lost secret layer sales over and over again on recent drops, especially Universes Beyond drops. Heck, the Monty Python and the Holy Grail drop, or I believe that's what it was, sold like in seconds, and they could have sold, you know, thousands and thousands of more copies and made that much more money. So I believe there is a world where this is just printed into oblivion. It's much like Lord of the Rings, though. I don't know if you can print enough. And I'm not comparing the IPs. I'm not saying SpongeBob is equivalent to Lord of the Rings. I'm not saying that. I am saying it could be similar in the fact that I don't know if you can print enough. I think the initial excitement and the wave is going to be so crazy that it's going to sell out almost no matter what. All right, thank you so much for hanging out in the First Look series. I love doing these. It's really exciting for me to experience new Magic the Gathering things with each and every one of you. So leave a comment down below. Again, the like button. It's always so lonely. Make sure you tickle it while you're there. And thank you so much for hanging out. Until next time, you guys know me. My name is Josh, and we'll see you around. All right, goodbye.